Welcome, everybody.
We are just going
Kenny set me up perfectly. Yeah, let's begin.
Sound is good and everything.
Then I'll begin talking. And then I'm going to have you come here and watch the painting.
Sure. Should I come now?
I'd love it. Okay. Now, because the news are filled with anger against people trying to come here for safety. And since my family and I had to escape Hitler and America would not take us in, and Panama did, and I'm alive because of it, whatever I can read about the migrants affects me very deeply. And even though most of the photographs taken show families with children, but the newspaper stories only speak of the criminals, and they will come in and take everything. But the only photographs they seem to have are families with children fleeing. And since I was one of those, I would like to begin by showing you a picture that somebody took of us when we left Europe. Okay? We lived in Vienna, Austria, but Vienna, Austria did not have seaports. So we were able to book a ship from the United Fruit Company because we wanted to get out. And so any commercial transportation would be grabbed. So my father was able to get us tickets from the United Fruit Company to go to Panama when we were sent visas from an uncle in Panama. We also, from America, had relatives who tried us to come, but there was so many red tape that we couldn't get to America, as the people on the border are now. So let me show you. We took the ship, and my father said, let's dress like an ordinary family going on a Sunday walk. Don't look like refugees. Don't look like people trying to escape. And my father had somebody take a picture of and you could tell you who they are. If you remember what I had said about the purpose of this painting, is that Eric had said, let's do a painting showing who we really are, not what the newspapers say we are. Okay? So, Kenny, if you could show me painting, I'll begin with my mother. Okay? Can you reach it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And later on, by the way, this is my brother Richie, whose birthday it would have been now. March 4th is the day when he was born. And by the way, his two children are now probably watching. I know Sandy watches each one. Sandy is Reggie's daughter, and David is his son. And let me paint as I speak, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what we wore on that day were normal clothes, which Viennese people would wear on a special Sunday when they went to do something that's fun. And that was in Bremen, where we got the ship.
Let me say that Greg is watching, Fran is watching, Lauren is watching, and Susan LaRosa is watching. Danielle Gruss is watching.
I love you all.
Rob L.B. Rothman is watching. Susan Schultz is watching.
Okay. My mother wore what I found out not only European women wore, but American women. As a matter of fact, when I was counseling at the prison system in the Nassau County Jail, I wore at that time this kind of a trench coat of this color. And one of the young women whom I was counseling said, you know, you women are so scary looking. You all wear the same things. You wear cream-colored or white things like raincoats. And you don't wear makeup. And you don't look elegant. If you could afford it, why don't you want to look elegant? But we didn't. We wanted to look so average that nobody would know we were fleeing. And ask if anybody wants to ask any questions of why I'm doing this. I want people to know, no matter what the newspapers tell you about the criminals coming into America at the border, most of them are people who could not do what we did and dress up, because they go through the jungles and they had no choice. Let me do this. I know my mother used to wear a blouse, and I don't want to use what a black and white photo is, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happy.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenny, whatever comments you want to rain, you want to speak, just do.
No comments yet, although there actually could be zillions of comments, but I'm not seeing them yet. Even if I swipe, somehow the comments aren't showing yet. But keep writing comments, people, because they finally will arrive. Yes. And when they do, I will get to speak them.
Then let me speak about Richie, because Richie is this one in the corner. And I won't get to him yet because my hand I can't stay here anymore now. But this is me over here. And while I speak about me, or rather while I paint me because of my hand, let me tell you about my brother Richie.
And do you want me to read comments? Because they finally just popped
Yes,
up.
Definitely. I love comments.
Dina says, a heartfelt happy birthday to your beloved brother, Richie. Rob L.B. Rothman says, happy heavenly birthday, Richie.
I love it. You know why? Because even though he's not alive, his children are. And if they're not able to watch right now, it doesn't matter because Dory is putting it on YouTube. And it'll be on YouTube.
Kinha says, hi Hetty and Kenny. And John Taracuso says, hi Hetty, hi Ken, hugs from California. And we have an announcement about John Taracuso and Hetty coming shortly, later in this live. Kinha says, Hetty, those trench coats are fashionable, always elegant, in my opinion. Joe Tripp says, "Hi, Hetty. I'm watching from Florida."
Oh, where it's warm. But, Joe, it was warm today and yesterday. Yesterday was like real spring. I'm just doing my face right now.
Dina says, "Richie's smile saved you."
Yes,
We love that story.
yes.
Kathleen Bart says, "I love your inspiration for this painting." Phyllis said, "Hetty, when did you start this painting?"
John knows. John remembered, the other day, he wrote to me when we met, which is when I began the painting, I think, about a year ago. Let me tell you something. Today, a friend was here and said to me, "Hetty, how long until you think the painting is finished?" And I said, "I have no idea." And I thought, I need to explain this to people. You see, in anything that you create that has never been done before, which is a play or a book or a drawing or a sculpture, until it decides to be done, it's not done. For example, I have no idea if when I put in something, if it's not going to be wrong for that spot when I put the next shape in. Right? So watch what I'm doing right now. I'm going to make myself be visible by putting a background, but since the background itself is going to change the background for other parts, may have to change that too. You create without knowing what will change somewhere nearby, where you then have to change something else to please it. There are people who've written a book and go back and cut the chapter out because it doesn't fit with what they decided they wanted later. I'm blurring the face because it's wet and I can't put features in, but I want to be able to put features in when it's dry.
We have more comments. So John, if you could let us know, if you could remind us when Hetty started the painting, that would be great. And Carol Hotkin is watching, and Amy Rekir says, "One of my Sabra cousins is an artist, but can't participate due to the hour in Jerusalem. Is there a link that I could send him?" Oh, YouTube. He did watch one a few weeks ago, and we cried together. Rob says, "Art has no timetable." Johnny Santana says, "Hi, Hetty, sending love and gratitude." Jenny Handaside, my friend, is watching. Hi, Jenny. Lee Winters says, "Hi, Hetty, we're late, but we are here." Cheryl in the Lee Winters. And Dory just sent the link to YouTube. Julie said, "Hetty, do you remember how you felt on the day depicted in this photo of you with your family?"
Yes, I do.
Tell.
I fell in love with geraniums at that time because Bremen is in Germany, and that's where we got our ship. And we stayed in a boarding house, which was owned by a family who rented a room for people who were traveling. And they had geraniums on every windowsill in that town. And in my 8-year-old mind, I knew that someday I would always have a geranium because that meant you could stay. And nobody would make you leave. And it's true. I've always in spring, one of my family members always buys a geranium. I think it was Jessie last year who did. Because to me, it means you're allowed to stay. Mm-hmm. I'm speaking about this so that perhaps through my speaking of it, you will not believe the newspapers which depict people trying to come into this country as dangerous. I'm sure there are dangerous people coming in, but believe me, we have our own. We have enough dangerous people of our own.
Martha asks, how long does the layer need to dry before you can paint on it?
Each one is different. Some of the colors, when I squeeze them out, they literally pour oil. And others, especially my browns come out pretty solid. But Martha, you experiment with things. You might discover certain colors are safer than others. But Martha does beautiful everything. When you go into her house, you see stacks of material that she intends to sew, paint that she intends to use. And I said to her once, someday could you paint your entrance hall with all the things that you were beginning, that you intended to finish one day?
Yola Pitaka says watching, and she says, hello Hetty, love you. And Lee Winters says, we're looking forward to seeing you in the library on March 17th. It's going to be fantastic. We've been spreading the word. Maybe I should pause and take a minute and tell about that?
Yes, because I love Artists in Partnership, because Johanna and her people are giving me this opportunity. And I'll be showing this painting. But I would like also to speak about beginning an organization the way they do. By the way, let me point them out here. I was supposed to be finished with that last year. Ask me again when I'll be finished, because I don't know.
Let me actually continue telling about what March 17th is, and then we'll go back to all the comments and your thoughts. So March 17th at the Long Beach Public Library, be there or be square. It's going to be incredible. And I just posted the information about it on Facebook, on Hetty's page. So you can see it right there. It's on March 17th at the Public Library. It is going to be the world premiere of John Taracuso's amazing documentary. And The World I Know, which is an amazing documentary that John created from all of these Facebook Live experiences with Hetty, but also capturing so much of her life. It's completely magical. We're all in total tears after having seen it. It's amazing. So it's going to be shown at the library. This painting is going to be at the library too, and of course Hetty is going to be at the library talking about all of this and answering questions. So we hope to see so many of you there. We're really excited about it. Kina says, geraniums? I love geraniums. I have a geranium story. Sorry, I'm linking the wrong place here, folks. John says, sorry, it took me a while to find it. Hetty started the painting in June 2021, so almost 3 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Julie Williams says, wow. I will never look at a geranium the same way again. Lovely story. Laura Silver is watching.
Hi, Laura.
Tibor Spitz is watching.
I am going to meet him. We've corresponded with each other, but we are going to go and visit Paula and Eileen and meet Tibor and his wife then. Right, Kenny? You're going to drive.
I 100%
You and Greg.
will. 100%. Well, Greg will drive, yeah. Let's see. Okay, Tibor Spitz is watching. Rob says, I love Johanna. Jonah Burke is watching. Hi, Jonah. Julie says, this is so exciting. The documentary is finally available for viewing. We should be able to attend. Hooray. Rob says, time is flying by so quickly. Dory says, just an FYI, there are only 99 seats available. So go to LB Library page and sign up for the event. Oh,
May I make another sentence? Bring your own chair.
And Kathleen says, I'm mesmerized by your artistic process. And Julie says, thank you for letting us know that, Dory.
Now, I have a serious question. I was a chubby kid, but it doesn't show in this photo. In order for me to be honest, I have no right to make myself so slim. Okay, Hetty?
And, Mom, do you want to say anything about what you are now currently resting your arm on?
Look at this, but you have to hear the story. A few days ago, a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I think, right?
Yes.
I was heartbroken because the Russo family has a family feeling that very few people do. And I needed to put the children in. Can you point at them, Kenny? They're not finished yet. And I had said that I asked the Russos to give me photographs, and I was going to cut the photographs out, the little faces, and put them with glue on there. Because I do know that artists put things on canvas, like leaves and things. Okay, I'm just fattening myself up, but not much. Because in the photo, I'm not.
Dory says, correction, there's only 87 seats left, and you know those are going to fill up. Rob says, is it me or is it muted? Kathy says, beautiful then and now. Laura and someone else agrees the sound is good. Dory says the sound is good. Julie says, Hetty, you look adorable in that family photo. I love your Mary Jane shoes and ankle socks. Rob got the sound back. And Dina says, you can paint yourself however you want.
I just did. But I did not make myself look chubby. But I did not make myself look slim. Now, you're asking about the wetness. I cannot fix the hair now correctly because it's so wet. But when I can, I will do this, which would be in a day or so, because I had a haircut which is not possible now because it's so wet.
Do you remember that haircut?
Sure, that's the only haircut my mother ever let me have. Kenny says, it's just 2 minutes before we have to quit. I love you all, but I'll see you next Monday. And I can't wait for the 17th. And I thank Johanna and Artists in Partnership for that creation. And Richie, your two children, Sandy and David, are able to watch.
Rob says, love you, Hetty. Looking forward to the 17th. Martha Bilski says, good night. Any last thoughts that you want to share?
I do want to say I had written about Richie already, that Richie smiled at people, and Richie had so many friends, and I always wanted to be like him because I was very shy. And it's taken me a lot of time, but I'm getting closer to the goodness that he carried.
Let me say, Laura says, hugs. I signed up. Kathleen Bart says, I'm not able to attend on 3/17. Will you record it and post it on YouTube? A wonderful idea, Kathleen. Absolutely yes. And on Facebook. Thank you for that. If we can, on Facebook. Thank you for that.
Goodbye, all of you.
Dina says,
Now I shall go and eat some of the wonderful food that Kenny brought me. Kenny's a wonderful cook.
I want to say, Dina, thank you.
And did I say about Dina? I live with this now.
Dina says, you carry that goodness to all of us. Thank you. Love you both. Kathy says, you always make me smile. Phyllis says, you always bring a smile to my face and warm my heart. And Rob is sending hugs and kisses.
Bye-bye.